It just makes total sense. What's going on, Shiba Inu holders? I have good news. Although it may seem hard to believe, the price of Shiba Inu, it's boring right now. It's not moving. And why is that good news? Because it allows for us to step back, analyze, and do a much better precision start and entry. So the next target, the next trading opportunity on Shiba Inu, you can collect some delicious profits. Right now, Shiba Inu price prediction is really what you have to step back and see the whole picture. I'm going to give you that by the end of this video, everybody. We know Shibarium relaunch is happening. That's it. What will the price be once it relaunches? Well, I'm going to tell you my expectations. Obviously, the launch live already happened last week on Wednesday, the 16th. Now we're waiting a relaunch, knowing that altcoins right now are iffy, red, blood on the streets. Bitcoin, people are talking about 23,000 Bitcoin, 20,000 Bitcoin, 30,000 Bitcoin. So there's one thing that affects everything, and that is called uncertainty. Once crypto and the markets in general have uncertainty, you cannot move on bullish, right? So we're kind of like playing around with shorts and longs right now. I wouldn't recommend buying so many longs because it might go down, FYI. But now let's look at this one for right now. Don't forget to smash the like button, everybody, so everyone gets to know Shiba Inu, because the army, we're here. And I'm about to also show you what the community is saying. The price of Shiba Inu might be 507 and down, red, but the community engagement is always up, and that's why we're here. Okay, subscribe if you haven't done so. All right, I am going to add my Bollinger Bands, and I'm also going to add my RSI, Relative Strength Index. And there's more different tools that I can use, right? But for this example, I'm just going to use this ones plus the volume that I have. Basically, everybody, what we're seeing is on the 1 day price of Shiba Inu, we're seeing that we're in the lower tier of the spectrum. Also on the RSI, we're also on the lower tier, but we can go lower. That is one. When you start going and zooming out, just to give this for example, June and December, the end of December and last year's summer, we are at that price right now. Everything that we collected in June and July of this year was completely destroyed because of the aftermath of Shibarium and the crash. That's basically what happened. Therefore, are we going to continue rallying or dumping? Well, I have good news, and those are that we are at a level that we can consolidate. Previously from, what is it, June all the way to July. So basically 2 months right here. That is good, because there's a possibility that we can consolidate for the rest of August. September is going to be a different story, right? But if you take a look at this, I'm going to bring a nice line so everybody sees that there's a possibility of consolidation. That's going to obviously not be exciting for a lot of people, since we want pumps or dumps, because that's how people make money nowadays. Let's go and check that we're also very close to the 100% retracement. What do I mean? That if you come much bigger picture from the all-time high all the way down, I'm using this as the 100% retracement. We could also go down at that level, since we have seen it. Let me show you right here in June this year, and nowhere else. I mean, you will have to go back to 2021 basically, but this is just once that we had it in June. We dropped a lot recently last week, but thankfully not to the 100% retracement. I'll go back to the 1 day. That is where I am seeing Shiba Inu if in a worst case scenario we go down to the 100% retracement. That's gonna mean roughly at 11% retracement at a 5067 low 7. Obviously not what we want, but there's a possibility. Or we could consolidate and continue at the level of 508 509. That is where, as of this moment, it seems educative enough. Once Shibarium relaunches comes finally, what I'm expecting is the price once Shibarium relaunches, reopens, is a 401. 401 is the level that we have to, there's no other way, has to happen. Why wouldn't it? I think it has to, right? 401, which is nothing on its own, but you are basically using the maximum price Shiba Inu had prior to the massive Shibarium announcement, basically. And we had it when around August the 13th. That was when it happened. Therefore, everybody, we haven't broken 401.2. We haven't up until back in March 2023. Sad but true, right? It is what it is. So the alert is that consolidation drop to 100%, or once Shibarium reopens, which can happen anytime this week or next week, hopefully this week, right? Then we're heading to the 401.2. That's what I'm expecting. 1012, 1010. 010. That's kind of like what I'm expecting, which is going to be a decent 40%, 30% pump. You see? So once again, retracement 11% to the 100%. Sad but true, it happens. Reset basically to levels that we have seen back in 2021. That's what we call the altcoin reckoning. Then we have a consolidation, which we already have. That will be, I think, what it could end up happening at the end of the day, that consolidation, until we have more bullish news on Bitcoin and other different macro trends. And once Shiba Inu on Twitter starts saying to everyone, here you go, Shibarium is live. That's it. Go ahead and check all the stats. Go ahead and check all the burns. Go ahead and check all the partnerships. Go ahead that we are actually working and everybody can finally engage with Shibarium. At that point, it might give the enough evidence to whales to come in and say, let's go ahead and buy Shiba Inu, bringing the price from 507 right now to 401. That is 40 to 35% higher. That's it. Isn't that bullish? So that's the prediction, everybody. Duncan Gray, a Twitter account, posting this for the army. I want to give it a shout out. All those SHIB investors now worrying, don't. We did our research. We all knew it was a risk. But what none of us knew at the start was that an amazing, dedicated team and community social stood behind this gem. Don't lose faith. All will be good. That's a great message, right? Because it's kind of like similar to what Satoshi's saying, all is well. Guys, obviously it hasn't been easy for Shiba Inu investors and other different crypto communities, right? Because there's many. We all been suffering the SEC, the manipulation, the garbage, the recession, everything. Shiba Inu happens to launch their layer 2, Shibarium, at the worst time for price, short term, but at a great time. So finally, once it's a bull market, it goes all the way to the moon. So there you have it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash the like button. Now you have an idea of 3 scenarios. I think they're okay. Nothing going to 1 cent or whatsoever right now. Obviously not. A lot of burns have to happen, and Shibarium has to first start working fine, 100%, reopen, to even consider those terms. See you next time, guys. Peace.